Hello, this is Ryan from the Linkosaurus Help Desk team. I'm going to share how to add team members to a location within Linkosaurus. So you're going to want to come over here to the Locations tab and select List of Locations. And within here, you're going to notice that we have one location. So this is the one location. And this location has been added, but no content information has been added. So we're going to come over here and we're going to click Edit. Come over here to the Team tab. And then we have two positions we can add. We can add the General Manager or whoever you want to assign to the store specific. And then we have a supervisor, or this position could be named something else within your organization, but this is somebody that oversees more than one location. Right now, it's going to default to you. And so if you don't have any team members in your organization, you're just going to have yourself. And so this is our example here, Mr. Jeff Smith. And Jeff Smith is the owner of this account. And so what we need to do is add a user. Now, you can add users here under the Team tab, but we're going to do it here within the Location tab. Same process. And so we're going to go to Add User. This screen's going to load, and you're going to choose, is this team member going to be a manager or a supervisor? And you'll notice here we have some options that we can turn on or off. Manager would be somebody, again, every organization is different, but a manager might be somebody that is going to require, let's say, a social media post approval, where when we get into posting content, if this manager post something to their store's Facebook page, if this is checked, it's going to require approval from either you or maybe their supervisor is going to see that and they're going to have to approve it before it goes live. Same thing when it comes to required approval for a GMB or Google My Business email response. And so when a customer leaves a review on Google, then you might want to have their response, this manager's response, reviewed first before it's live, before it's sent to the individual. And so you have these options to turn on and off. Most organizations, and everybody's different, but most organizations give the supervisor full reign because there's a trust factor there, and so they're not required to have these things checked. And then managers are required to have these things checked. So it just depends on what you want to do. So let's just say, for this sake, this is going to be a manager. So we're going to name this person Mary Smith is her name. And her email is going to be Mary at, we're just going to say retail.com. And then want to make sure that you select the time zone that is appropriate to this manager. Usually, if it's a manager, but it can be whatever, the manager's time zone matches their location because more than likely they are managing their location. So the time zone of the location is specific to them, but that could be different. And depending on how your organization is structured. So you're going to hit send invitation here. And what's going to happen is an email is going to get sent to this individual and they're going to approve it. And then they can then have access to their account. In this situation, we're just going to create a manager and just show you how this is laid out. And so now we've set that. We're just going to assume this manager is active. We're going to come in here, and now Mary Smith is a manager, and we will hit save. It's going to come back here, and then we're going to go back to team. And so now we might want to have, depending on your organization, you might be the supervisor. So depending on the size of your organization and how it's all structured with the hierarchy and everything, you might be the supervisor who's going to kind of oversee things. But let's just say you're a fairly large organization and you're just setting this up for your team. You might want to come in here and now you're going to add a supervisor. Exact same process. Come back to add user. You're going to select supervisor. In this situation, we're just going to say they don't need approval for anything. They have free reign to reply to reviews. They have free reign to post content to their social media accounts that are connected to this. And this is going to be Billy Smith. And this is Billy's email at retail.com. And we're going to say this supervisor works remotely and he has stores all over the United States in this example. So we're going to give him Central Standard Time and we're going to send an invitation. Once this goes through, we're going to go here and then we're going to assign this supervisor to this location. We're going to hit save. And now this location has been assigned a supervisor and a separate person as the manager. And depending on the access you gave them, those would be the things that they have access to and can use. If you have any questions about all this, you can always reach out to Linkosaurus support by going to your profile and selecting the support dropdown. And as always, link and soar with us.